batsmen against these West Indians, and a lot of them have come off.
Well, just looking at the boundaries scored in this inning, 28 boundaries, which means more than half the runs been scored in boundaries. Merv Dillon drives it for his first glorious boundary of the day.
Exquisite stroke, and with so much authority. Look at that. Beautiful cover drive, and didn't bother to run. Boom! Just stands there and says, thanks very much. I'll take that, Big Merv. That is in the slot.
What Tendulkar has also realised that there is more pressure at the other end against the spinner Carl Hooper. With the kind of field set that we were talking about, which was giving a few problems to the Indian batsmen. Carl Hooper also getting some sharp turn. So just get the feeling that Tendulkar might look to play a lot more positively against Merv Dillon. Get those runs which aren't coming against the spinner.
And he's got the three men on the offside there. He's got that protection with the two slips. But a man as good as Sachin Tendulkar is, and the form he is showing in this particular innings, he just showed that getting it through there, not a problem for the little master.
There again, it was almost a shot of good length delivery, but he was looking to play the drive on the up. It's a clear sign that he's looking to take more of a charge against Merv Dillon, and also an indication that Carl Hooper is troubling Tendulkar this morning more than Merv Dillon.
Definitely, most definitely. That is in the game plan for Sachin Tendulkar. Ball coming on. He's got a chance to use the pace of the ball, hit through the line a bit more. And the wee fella, he's having a crack at it. Lots to think about for Carl Hooper. Lots to think about possibly a bowling change too, because just for my money, we're into the 70th over here. And Merv Dillon, not a huge reverser of the old cricket ball. Doesn't like that reverse swing as much.
Nicely played on the onside. He's gone on to the practice pitches. And if he stopped that, that's a great effort by Sarwan. He just caught up speed as it rolled onto the practice pitches. But I'm sure the umpire will just reconfirm that.
Marvellous effort, and that just shows you commitment, because every run is vital. It's almost like coming down to a one-day international. As Sanjay Manjrekar said, just gathered speed, and so on. Oh, lovely. Marginal, you could argue, didn't ask for it upstairs. That's terrific commitment for you, though.
Quite bewildered that it wasn't referred to the third umpire. It was quite close, may have been clean. But wasn't referred to the TV umpire whether it was a clean stop. But a magnificent effort by Sarwan.
I'm just mentioning that possibility for the skipper to change the bowling. Big Merv Dillon very wide this last over. Look how wide he is out on the crease. And he's trying to use that angle. Now, so he tends to bowl that stock delivery length that Sanjay Manjrekar was on about. Now, for me, Lawson or Powell, now they tend to bowl a bit fuller. And they tend to try and swing the ball a bit more orthodox. Now, we've seen Lawson and Chennai bowl some good reversing, inducking deliveries. He might be the man to have a crack at this end.
220 for 4.
Whatever you buy online, do it faster. Get closer to your customers and colleagues. Send and receive more information more easily.
And the smiles are starting to appear on the Indian fans.
Certainly a lot happier, aren't they? You just feel that tension in the first quarter of an hour. Only had 25 minutes, but the runs starting to flow, and the smiles and all the paraphernalia that is being worn by the fans here.
There's no doubt that he's putting plenty of doubts in the batsman's mind. There's been a significant field change as well. A backward, or rather deep square leg has come up, and it's come up to save the single. And the man who does the fielding there, Merv Dillon, the last ball, just came up. Try and show it to you again here. This is the man that's come up to VVS Laxman to save the single, to keep him on strike against Carl Hooper.
Ball.
Say 6 on that leg side field. Just all honing. They've all come in a little bit, as you say, Sanjay. Merv Dillon, he's come up to try and save that single. To keep Laxman on strike. There he is. Comes into play now, Big Merv. Yeah, I'm applauding this from Carl Hooper. Try and work away on one batsman, and Hooper wants to have a crack at Laxman and let Big Merv Dillon have a go at Tendulkar from the other end. All working in tandem here, the bowlers.
There's no slip in position, so anything around the off stump will cost West Indies a few runs. 222 for 4.
Double Nelson is up. 2-2-2. I have to keep a close eye on Englishman David Shepherd. He might get those dancing shoes on, likes to hop about. Colourful character from Gloucestershire. Played a lot of cricket with the match referee here, Mike Proctor. And here we go, your little beauty, right on cue.
The lead has grown to 83 for India, and there's been a bowling change. Not one of the younger fast bowlers, Pal or Lawson, but it's going to be Cameron Cuffey. He's bowled 8 overs in this innings. Good first ball to start with. Not too quick, but certainly a temptation for Tendulkar to go for that expansive drive on the offside. Just wide enough to get him to play a streaky shot, a casual shot perhaps. Short extra cover is in position for Cameron Cuffey. And it's the captain himself. So just the one slip. That shouldn't bother him too much. 4 more.
Another Sachin scorcher. Classic stuff. And again, don't bother to run. Let the fielders do that. This is beautiful to watch. Now, he may prove me wrong, Cameron Cuffey, but I'm sorry, he's the wrong man to come on. I think you need someone who's going to reverse swing the ball at pace. Now, Cameron Cuffey, twilight of his career, he's 32, 33. He's been known for his good channels of off-stump, being there and thereabouts for one-day cricket. Hasn't played a lot of test match cricket for the West Indies. I would have preferred to see Jermaine Lawson or young Darren Powell given a go. Responsibility, I know they're young, I know they're inexperienced, but you need to get this little master out very, very quickly.
And the man is seizing the opportunity. He spotted the weakness, and the weakness is the bowler from the pavilion end, and that's a seamer. And such a refreshing change this is for all of us who've been watching Tendulkar of late. This is how he used to play, say, about 2 years back. Pick up a bowler who he felt confident against and be relentless. So from the morning, the start of day's play, he's realized the seamers are the weak link. He's made, well, full use of that, capitalize on that. There again, looking to score off Cameron Cuffey, and the lead now swelling for India.
Well, he's actually had to put a sweeper out there, Carl Hooper. And see, you've mentioned it there, Sanjay. Seamer, not a swing bowler. Doesn't get the ball to go in the air, and in these conditions, you need to make the ball do something in the air. Almost 72 overs gone with this ball, and you've got to be able to produce something special. Yes, be there and thereabouts, be miserly, try and be consistent in the channel of off stump, but you've got to pull out something like a big and swinging Yorker.
Big shout from the big man. Lead stays on 90. India 229 for 4. The partnership continues to flourish for India. Pulls away for another boundary. He's found the gap. So now the runs for Tendulkar coming off Carl Hooper as well, which means further problems for West Indies. Time for a commentary change. It's going to be Michael Holding and with him Ravi Shastri.
Thank you, Sanjay, and good morning to our viewers wherever you are. Already in this first half an hour, we've seen some of the most exciting cricket. Sachin Tendulkar already has unleashed a flurry of boundaries. Good adjustment. He wanted to hit it into the gap. And consecutive boundaries for him. Well, the crowd has had no time to settle down this morning. The Indians have come out very positive, and Tendulkar in particular.
Just watching the Indian batsmen this morning, Ravi, you'd have thought that it was India who were on top when play started and that they were just looking to get runs to declare quickly and bowl the West Indies out. Well, it's obvious they are looking to get runs and perhaps think about that later on. But you wouldn't believe that there were only 56 runs in front initially. They certainly have batted beautifully this morning. Sachin Tendulkar in particular has been the main aggressor, and he certainly has played some very good shots.
I think the big difference with Tendulkar in this innings is he's gone out there wanting to score off every ball. No matter what the conditions, he's told himself, I have the ability to try and keep the scoreboard ticking along. There were times in this series earlier where he was looking to protect his wicket. Well, it's not been the case in this innings.
The centre certainly would have given him a great deal of confidence, and we said before it's still a pretty good pitch. When you get in on this pitch, you should get runs, and he's a class player.
Wait for the umpire signal to see if Tendulkar got any bat on that or glove. His leg by being signalled. Productive over again for the Indians. 239 for 4.
ओह माँ, काम के बाद लड़कियां घर.
Very quickly, India stretched the lead to 3 figures.
Just over half an hour's play this morning. It's obvious from the first half an hour what India's plans are. They certainly have been the aggressors in the half an hour's play.
Sweetly timed. He's been in the thick of the action, Ramnaresh Sarwan. A lot of chasing to do. 3 runs comfortably taken. Well, this is a wonderful partnership. They came together when the score was 87. This partnership now worth 155.
Well, everything has changed. West Indies were all thinking about this morning the possibility of getting early wickets and then putting some pressure on India. India are putting the pressure on the West Indies.
Isn't that cute? Very colourful. She's getting what she wants to see. It's been champagne stuff up to now. Kondulkar. Well, we've just been told, cameraman very quick to get across there. This little one's name is Chinu. Well done, young girl.
Emphasis for the West Indies this morning was getting wickets. That has switched. It's now preventing runs.
Just looking to plug that gap now. VVS Lakshman gets a lot of runs in that area through mid-wicket, so Chris Gayle has come into a short mid-wicket position. This is where I feel the West Indies, if they look back at this game, will think they might miss another specialist spinner. Just for variety, just to add to the variety. And what's really surprising, Michael, is I think on every day of the game, whenever West Indies have been out on the field, it's been Dillon first, then Cuffy into the attack. And I just get the feeling Hooper might have erred there. Should have gone for some pace. Dillon, yes, he's experienced, but he should have looked at Lawson or Powell. 243 for 4.
Lots of cheer about this morning for the Indian supporters. Sachin Tendulkar has made all that possible. Brilliant batting. Marching towards 150.
$243 for 4. And you can see Carl Hooper has tried everything. 8 bowlers used. Another bowling change now. Hooper takes himself off, and Chris Gayle being introduced into the attack. Chris Gayle. He does the job for the West Indies in the one-day games. Comes and bowls 5 or 6 overs, but not a regular bowler in test matches. And that one kept low. Tendulkar just lucky to get the bottom edge.
I think the tactic now by the West Indies is they're hoping that Sachin Tendulkar in particular will make a mistake being too aggressive with his stroke play. I don't think this is a attacking move by the West Indies. I think this is a defensive move, and then they're hoping that the attacking stroke play of Tendulkar or Lachman will cost India a wicket. I think perhaps Carl Hooper is thinking about the possibility of the new ball being soon available. Another 5 overs after this one, and it will be available. Still think though that the first thing you have got to think about in the morning is what are my best bowlers to get an early wicket. That was essential for the West Indies this morning. Get an early wicket. Who are my best bowlers? If he wanted to try a spin and a pace, okay, no problem with that. He himself bowled and Mervyn Dillon. Ball. But when that didn't quite work, I think he had to go to someone like Jermaine Lawson, someone with some pace, not Cameron Coffey on this surface.
No time, keep going.
.244 for 4. .244 for 4. Cameron Coffey will continue. India leading by 105. Well, there's a good atmosphere on the ground. It's a very colourful crowd here today. It's nice to see Arun Lal, where he played all his cricket here. Came from Delhi, then played many years for Bengal. And really was instrumental in giving Bengal cricket some pace in the early 80s. He, for many years, was the backbone of the Bengal team and would have inspired people like Sourav Ganguly to reach where they have. And being a North Indian, he speaks fluent Bengali, so he'll be right into it there.
The way Sachin Tendulkar has been going this morning, it certainly wouldn't be a surprise for the 150 to come up with a boundary. 22 fours so far.
That's well played. It was quite deliberate, and it's beaten third man. 150 for Sachin Tendulkar.
two landmarks coming up there. The 150 for Sachin Tendulkar and 250 for India at the same time. And another boundary to bring up the 150. Arun Lal played a lot of cricket here in Kolkata. I think they'll be adopting Sachin Tendulkar as another Bengali soon.
And Michael, interesting what you said a little while earlier. It looks as if when play started it was India that were on top. That's the way they played, because this last 50 is the quickest of the lot. And don't forget, they were under pressure when play started. If India lost a couple of wickets early on, West Indies would have been right into it. Just 68 balls for the last 50. 250 for 4.
तुम अपनी पसंद का खाना खाओ, मैं कुछ कॉल्स करके आई।
ये बीटी टुगेदर के मुफ्त शाम और वीकेंड के यूके कॉल्स का पूरा फायदा उठा रही है।
बेटी बस एक और।
हेलो।
मिस्टर गुप्ता, अच्छा मेरा लड़का संजीव, who totally wasted all his years at school and has no aptitude for academic work at all, मेरे उसी बेटे को आज डिग्री मिली है। Yes!
The tide has certainly turned.
That's 250 for 4. The scoreboard rattling along. Tendulkar has been special this morning. He's moved from 114 to 150.
Ball.
Well, 55 runs have already been added, and still about 10 minutes to go for the first hour to be completed. So it's a very good run rate. In fact, the best of the innings.
Ball. Down to line.
I'm really surprised Michael Hooper is still not looking at Lawson or Darren Powell. Surely West Indies have to believe they can win this game. If they aren't careful at this rate, in another half an hour or so, the balance might just shift the other way. 250 for 4.
Darren Powell is heading towards the bowler's end. Seems as if he has been summoned from the deep. The cap is off.
$250 for 4. Bowling change being brought about. Darren Powell now being brought into the attack. And the only reason one could imagine why Hooper has been using Chris Gale and Cameron Coffey would be that he's waiting for West Indies to get an opportunity to take the new ball. But I think his idea should have been to try and take wickets with his best bowlers, his main strike bowlers this morning.
positive thing for the West Indies, though, is that the mood that Sachin Tendulkar is in, he just may get overly aggressive, just may make a mistake somewhere along the line. That's the only thing they can think now, because he certainly will continue to be positive. He certainly will continue to play shots. He might certainly continue to pepper the boundary ropes as well.
Well, he's been outstanding this morning. Some glorious shots. Let's enjoy this. This is his 31st Test match 100. Statistician here, Dinar Gupta, tells me it's the 12th time he's gone past 150. He's got 2 double hundreds. And you can see there 22 hundreds in the first innings, 9 in the second. And if you look at it, 22 times he's got 100. India haven't lost a match.
Second innings, though, is very important. Always good to get 100 in the first innings when the pitch is at its best. When the pitch has naturally deteriorated over time, to get the 100 also in the second innings is really good batting.
There is a man in the deep, so just a single.
Man comes in from the extra cover boundary. Short extra cover goes in. Darren Powell just asking his captain for a slight change in the field. Apparently he wants the short extra cover to be in the split cordon instead. .251 for 4. Well, the West Indies would have gone out this morning thinking we have a chance of winning this test match. An early wicket and we are right into this. But India knew that was the West Indies game plan. But their game plan was to take it quickly away from the West Indies if possible. 2 very good players at the crease, VVS Lachman and Sachin Tendulkar, went out there positively. They could afford to. They've already won the series and they have played some good cricket.
.251 for 4. Tendulkar 151. Chris Gale continuing. The lead 112. And for India to feel comfortable that they're totally out of the woods, they would have to stretch that lead to around 170.
We get the impression, though, Ravi, that India are not just looking to be getting totally out of the woods. They are looking to get into a winning position, because they're looking to score their runs quickly to give themselves enough time at the West Indies, and that is certainly not out of the question.
Yes, absolutely. If they bat till lunch in this fashion, then they will go ahead by 170, 175. And then Saurav Ganguly, well, he's already won the series, and he might offer a challenge to his side and tell them, come on, let's try and make a match of this. That's a very positive way of looking at it.
He has all right to. He and his team are playing good cricket at the moment. They are really positive about their intent. While it's quite the opposite with the West Indies. Haven't won a test match overseas for a long time. And this certainly will be a big blow to their confidence, the way the Indians have come out this morning.
Both runs.
252 for 4.
Download videos and tracks from your favourite artists. Keep up to date with your favourite teams. Play without any interruptions. BT Broadband. For details, visit bt.com or call 0800 800 060.
.252 for 4. Well, 57 runs have come in 57 minutes. So very good run rate being maintained. Wanting a single, sent back. Chandra Paul was the man racing in.
I think Sachin Tendulkar thinks there definitely was a single there, and perhaps if VVS Lachman was backing up a bit, there would have been a possibility. Chandra Paul is reasonably deep there at backward point, giving himself a bit of room because he knows that Sachin Tendulkar cuts so fiercely. Easily taken on this occasion.
Well, that's been one of the features of his batting right through this innings. He's been always on the lookout for the single, Tendulkar, right from when he came into bat. Just dropped the ball at his feet and called his partner across for a single. Lakshman responding on that occasion. Again, the attempted slow ball. Still doesn't have total control of it.
All those things will take a bit of time to develop. Again, you can see there that his slow delivery is just a matter of him slowing down his arm action. It wasn't until the last couple of years of Courtney Walsh's career that he developed the slow delivery, and Courtney Walsh played for many years, about 18 years, so he still has a bit of time.
Yes, that's the key, isn't it, Michael? When you're bowling the slow delivery, you've got to have the same arm speed. the action shouldn't change too much, because otherwise the batsman picks it up straight away. Now this is his normal action. You watch the arm speed with this delivery. Well, this is in slow motion. Now when he bowls a slower ball, it's much slower than that, so it gives the batsman a chance to pick it. 2-5-3 for 4. .253 for 4. 80 overs had the goal. India leading by 114, and to tell you more, Ian Bishop and Sanjay Manjrekar.
Thank you very much, Ravi. Chris Gill continues. Well, he played 2 shots there, Sachin Tendulkar. He went to sweep, and such is the greatness of this player that he changed his mind in the shot halfway through and he cut.
Apart from his greatness, another piece of news: the pitch is getting slower. Just look at that. When have you seen that before? Paddle sweep? Oh no, I think I'll go for the square cut. And plenty of time to play it in front of point.
Well, he truly is a little master today. 157, one of the very best. My point is, Sanjay, good pitches produce good cricket. Who says Test cricket is boring? This has been absolutely fascinating stuff. It's been gripping. I tell you what, this Test match is to and froed. India out front, West Indies pull it back, and India go ahead, West Indies come back again. It's been a really enthralling 4 days of cricket, and then this morning has been good. India lead by 119.
Well, to me, it's been a bit disappointing. It started off promising a lot, but from the West Indian point of view, it's been very disappointing with the way things have gone, and some of the thinking that's gone into the passage of play this morning. Carl Hooper seems a very reluctant bowler. He had put in a lot of pressure on the Indian batsmen. There was uncertainty in the minds of the Indian batsmen when they were playing Carl Hooper. A lot of insecurity. He's bowling well, just that 1 over which went for 8 runs, and he decided to take himself off. I think that was a big mistake. And then of course after Merv Dillon, he started off I think in the right way, getting a pace bowler and a spinner. And that first change that he initiated from the pavilion end, getting Cameron Cuffey, also wasn't a great idea.
Wristwork supreme. 4 runs. 263 for 4. Second new ball has been taken, and it has been a much easier passage for this new ball onto the field than it was for the first one yesterday, when Mervyn Dillon did not like the shape of the first one. And we all remember that very well, because he got a wicket with the first ball that he bowled in the Indian innings. Darren Powell has been entrusted, and this will be a big occasion for him. He hasn't had this opportunity in his limited test career to use the new ball. On the spot. It was a good end to the last over though for Sachin Tendulkar.
One of the very best shots that he's played in the innings. A bit of Viv Richards in that one. Getting to the pitch and just concentrated on finding the gap. Hit it wide enough, didn't bother putting too much power behind the shot. Just had to place it in the right direction, and he knew 4 runs there for the taking. Last glimmer of hope for West Indies, the second new ball.
Good pace, very good pace from Darren Powell. He's in a lot better rhythm. Started very well with his direction, his length and line with the old ball, and started very well. A bit of a way movement. Good young prospect.
And he's getting some valuable advice from Sachin Tendulkar, who walked the length of the pitch to VVS Lakshman after he was beaten on the last delivery. That can happen